Advisors and co-founder, director, and COO of Biofuel Energy Corp., which is now a publicly traded company. He led the largest, and it is the largest company from its inception to becoming the 5th largest producer in the world. I'd like you to welcome Dan Simon, President, CEO, Helios Technology Holdings. Dan.
Thank you, Gary, for the opportunity to share the podium with the Governor, Mitzi, Dr. Ponch, the mayors, and the distinguished group of leaders we have with ASU, SFAZ, and the Greater Valley community. We know from personal experience that this kind of work does not come without dedication and hard work. And for that, I commend each and every person involved with this. For Helios' piece of this occasion, I want to speak as a graduate, if you will. We're graduates. We see ourselves as graduates of the ASCADI program. From 2008 to 2010, we were nurtured, trained, and developed within this campus. And for the good of our industry, I expect there will be many more behind us. After all, it's not every day that a private company is founded and successfully spun out of the university context. This goes back to the jobs discussion. I'm here today because Helios is a good example of university research being taken to industry. Our success has really come in large part from the site, the infrastructure, but most of all the people involved. And I think that's an important thing to recognize. You can have all the infrastructure you want in the world, but if you can't put the right people together who are willing to collaborate with private industry, you're not going to move ahead. Let me give you a bit of background on Helios. Quite literally, we were born right there behind you in a building we called the Bunker. 2008, we had 10 people, almost 10 people, well-educated, highly motivated, very sunburned. We were not just a little startup in a garage, though. We had great collaboration and great partnerships between ASU, ASCADI, and Bill Harris's team at Science Foundation of Arizona. Helios' genesis really stemmed from the Mars family, which is a $30 billion plus annual revenue company. It's a 100-year-old privately owned company. And they recognized there were going to be resource constraints as they got into the future in nutrition, soil, energy, and potable water. And that will have an increasing impact on all of our lives as we go through the next 20, 30, 50 years. It wasn't until they came to ASU, met with Dr. Sommerfeld, Dr. Hu, and that they found a genuine path that could be a solution. And I want to preface this by saying we don't see algae as the only solution to our energy and nutritional needs in the future. We only see it as one. We really need to fill a gap with multiple technologies. Anyway, ASU offered the insight, knowledge, foundational research base that could address the vision that they acted through with investment. A matching grant with SFAZ was the other missing link to bringing funding and local state level support to Helios and increase the odds of our success. As Dr. Harris had mentioned, it is difficult to get a university-public partnership together with a private enterprise and make the ambition and the motivations work together. And Dr. Harris and his team were able to kind of merge that. The foundational algae research that was necessary could not have been accomplished in the private sector alone. It demanded the unique skill sets offered by university-style research in combination with private industry investment and focus. This model, I hope ASU can replicate with many more partners, specifically in the algae world, for generations to come. And certainly with this incredible site now, you're going to have a lot of opportunity to do so. Since we left the campus here, we sort of graduated in 2010. We've gone ahead and built a 15,000 square foot headquarter building right there in Gilbert, 2 acres of production. We've completed our first phase out there with a full operating research development program, but as well demonstration scale production platform where we can go from strain all the way through the production process and then hydrotreat it into a jet fuel on site. Based on the foundational learnings we gained here at ASCADI, in the last 15 months, we've been fortunate to have raised an additional $30 million, all of which is invested within 15 miles of this site, grew our team from 10 people to over 70, filed over 120 patents, have already had 7 issued. We're making all sorts of food, fuel, and chemical samples, going through feed trials and such. And now, recently, with the help of our leadership in Gilbert, we've just leased 20 acres next door to our facility and have expectations to start a commercial facility in construction in 2013. So with this, the goal of research done on a university campus is to positively impact society by proving the concept here and then pushing that concept out into industry where they can hone it, scale it, and commercialize it. We're in the final processes of this now. So we congratulate ASU and ASCADI and the state on this new expanded facility and the potential it will offer not only to academic research on campus, but to the burgeoning algae industry in Arizona, and that will benefit from the strength of this center, the expanded facilities, and most of all for us, the stellar staff that you have here. All this would not happen without the support of our policymakers, and we want to thank the governor and her administration for the leadership and support of our most valued partners, the Science Foundation of Arizona, ASU, and now recently, University of Arizona. These organizations offer powerful capabilities that support a private-public partnership environment, drive technology investment in areas that reap major rewards for the people of Arizona, our country, and in fact, the world. Governor Brewer's efforts are putting our state on the map as the global epicenter of algae technology, and I want to see that continue. So not to be overly political, there is a House bill that we will want to ask the support of the governor's administration and your administration's support. It's HB 2225 and 2226. These are the last steps in getting Arizona into true commercial algae production. And what it asks for is simply that algae be treated as an agricultural product, just as any other agricultural tomato, citrus, or any other. So in conclusion, we want to wish you all the best and success in technology development as we look to the future of sustainable production of food, fuel, and chemicals utilizing technology created right here in this magnificent new facility. So I thank you, and I'm going to have, I think, Gary come up for closing remarks.